Mike Fairbairn, only blues harmonica, how to hold a harmonica, the blues harmonica, everything you're not being told on the internet about how to hold a harmonica. So you can hold it however you want to hold it. There are absolutely no rules, and that is really, really important. There's kind of better ways and not so better ways in some situations of holding it. But what I want to show you is some things that might trip you up if you don't know them. So the first thing you're not being told is the blues harmonica, 10-hole. This is a special 20 Honer in C. It's a left-handed instrument. Wow! For all you billions of right-handed people out there, sorry. It's kind of left-handed. Why is it left-handed? Well, the numbers go from left to right, 1 to 10. 1 is lowest. So 1's here. And that's the low end of the harmonica. So 1, 2, 3. You really want to have a cupping, resonating chamber over that 1, 2, 3 chord. I'm playing 1, 2, 3 in there. Okay, if you hold it, and I'll show you what I'm doing there with as you can see, I'm just grasping it, but I'll show you in detail in a sec what I'm doing. If you hold it right-handed, you're cupping the high notes, and you'd have to use the other hand, bring the other hand up to cup the left hand of it, the lower notes, which you can do. So I'm going to show you what right-handed players do, and it's the first thing that my students used to struggle with, is how to hold the thing, because most of them are right-handed. So first, don't despair. If you really think, well, I want to hold it the best way, perhaps with my left hand, cupping those low notes, but I'm right-handed, well, you can just turn the harmonica upside down. The numbers will be upside down. I can't play this way up, and your right hand can control everything then, and everything's just back to front. You know, if you're not learning from tab, which is a whole nother subject which I'll get into, if you're not learning from tab, it won't make any difference to you at all. Sonny Terry played upside down. Lee Sankey, a great British player, really good, plays upside down, I believe. But I play normal way up. So let's just say for now we're grabbing the harmonica with our left hand, and there's issues about whether you move your head on the harmonica, or whether you're moving your hand, or whether you're doing both. I'm going to cover those in another video. What am I doing as I grab this harmonica? So this is my left hand. I'm putting the finger and the thumb very close to that ridge of where the air comes out. On a Marine Band Deluxe, it can be right on the ridge and be actually quite painful if you go a bit nuts. Why do it like that? So you can, if this is your mouth here, you can get as much as your mouth jammed up against your fingers as possible. Okay, you don't if you held the harmonica like this with the fingers close, this is perhaps another thing that doesn't get mentioned enough, is it's pushing the mouth, if this is the mouth, it's pushing the mouth away, and you want to get the mouth close to those reeds inside. So you end up holding nearly on the ridge. So there is an argument for a slightly wider harmonica. It's all totally personal preference, and depends on the shape of your fingers and stuff like that. How do I put it in my hand? if you just hold your arm up, drop the harmonica on the thumb. If you do this, you got to drop it and bust your harmonica, but then close the hand down with the first finger, and then the second finger goes on top, stacked, the third on top, the fourth just behind. Now you can have the hand flatter if you really want, but don't be doing this kind of thing. Don't be blocking the sound out of the front of the harmonica, okay, with either hand. So like that, okay. Then when you hold the harmonica to your mouth, this is again, there'll be more lessons on embouchure. This left side of the left hand will go against the left cheek. Not like this. Like that. It's a subtle thing there that is on the internet. If you dig around, okay, and it will make a lot of difference in the long run. Don't worry about it too much. When you're first learning, you could be swapping hands. You can get a hold of a harmonica. It doesn't matter what you do. It don't matter. You can do whatever you want. And another thing I would say, here's something you're not being told on the harmonica. About the harmonica on the internet. I don't think you are anyway. For some people, when they trying to learn the harmonica, they put it to the mouth, and as the harp comes up to the mouth, they get a bit hesitant. And the reason is, as you put the harp to your mouth, anywhere you hold it, it goes slightly out of your eye line. Try it. And I think that can kind of throw some people a bit. So don't worry about that. You're gonna, as that harp comes up, you're gonna be doing it by feel. Don't be going. Don't make yourself tense. Okay. Keep relaxed. The arm is like this. Keep it loose. Sort of not too much like this, hunched over, because you're not going to need a lot of effort. Let me show you the other grips. There are other grips. So that's, I don't know what to call this grip. That's like normal grip. And a lot of right-handed harmonica players do hold with their left hand because they can get by. So one thing. So here's that word, a hack. I'd call it like a replacement bus service for the harmonica if you're holding it in your left hand. If you're holding in your left hand but you think, hey, I really need my right hand to get control, you can grab it with the right hand like that. I've just grabbed it there like that, and I've seen people do that. The left hand's still sort of in command, but the right hand's come up and grabbed it. You see that? Somehow. Now that could morph into you actually having control of the harmonica all the time, your right hand. And the left hand is being brought up like this. So you need to decide how you're going to control the instrument. For me, it's almost the left hand controlling and the right hand is brought up. Let me show you that. So if you're holding the harmonica in the fashion that I said, bring the heels of the hands together and bring the right hand thumb onto the mouth side of the harmonica. Some people find that uncomfortable, and they have to put the thumb down like this. If you do find it uncomfortable, don't worry if you have to put the thumb down. There's some very good players that do play like that. I like the thumb up, and it will follow the right side of the face. It will follow you up and down. Wasn't a very good demonstration, that, and it will follow you up and down if you had a microphone as well, but that's for later and I will show that. So back to the left hand grip. You bring the right hand up, and the right hand fingers go over the left hand. And you're trying to get air trapped. Okay, you won't be trapping that air all the time, but it helps you get really good wahs, and it will help you when you come to grab a mic as well. I'll do that separately. Okay, here's another thing you're not being told about holding the harmonica. Once you've got that, you hold in the harmonica and you think, I've got it. I wonder if I'm doing it right. Here's what you do: you find there's a soft bit of the bench in front of me. I'm just dropping the harmonica out here. I'm going to drop it, and I'm looking into my hand. You want to make sure there's no hole in the back. Let me show you that one more time. You get the harmonica as good as you can get. How you like it. Make sure you got a good a seal, and use the mirror as well to look at the back of your hands, just like I'm looking at the screen now. And then, without doing anything, you drop that harmonica. I'm coming out my hands. And then you look into your hands, and you can see that's airtight there. It's not like this. So there's a little tip for you. If you've turned the harmonica upside down, everything is exactly mirror image. Okay. Oops, sorry. For a right-handed upside-down player, I'd had virtually no students ever played it upside down. I think one had a go. I don't know, just didn't like it. So, all right. So that's one way of doing it. Let me show you another way. This video is going to be a bit longer. I could do it 2 parts, so I'm going to try and get it all in one video, and that's what I'm going to do. So, if you Carrie Bell is a great harmonica player. One of the kind of, he burst onto the scene. He would have been the young gun, and he'd be an old gun now. And he holds right-handed. I think he probably does it any way he feels like, but I've seen him hold it right-handed, and he's moved. So instead of being like this, with the cup over the high notes, he moves the hand along, a bit like that. And then he can bring his left hand up and cup the low notes. I can't do this. I can't really do what he's doing, but that appears to be what he's doing. I'm perhaps exaggerating. So there is the thumb can be a bit in the way if you do that. All depends on the shape of your hands, the shape of your face, the exact size of the harmonica. This is one of the smallest harmonicas, the Hohner Special 20. Okay, there's a couple of grips. Let's try another grip. I call this baseball grip. Don't ask me why. And you hold both hands up, and you rest either end of the harmonica against the bases of the index finger. You kind of got it like that. And then you can put one of the hands down. I'll put my left hand down first, fingers. The other one over the top. Bring the back of the hands together. And the chin goes in the chin size hole. And it's quite awkward to do. my bases of my fingers. I'm just not very good at the grip. I do occasionally use it when I'm tired. If my thumb's hurting or something, I will occasionally switch to that grip. You can hold the microphone with it too. So you can experiment with that. Again, my students didn't like that grip very much. Perhaps I'm showing it wrong, but I've seen people do it. There's a way of doing it like that, and it's kind of almost like ambidextrous grip. So it's got its its merits, that one. I'm sure I'm missing something. I'll do wiring later. If you hold with the normal grip, what I call normal grip, left-handed, you can wire with that hand. You can bring the other hand up and wire with that. You can wire with both. So it's a good thing that you can do there. There's various ways you can do it. So that covers those ones. What else can I tell you? If you want to hold more than one harmonica, what would you do? Let's say I wanted to play my C harmonica and I wanted to play an A harmonica. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to lift up that second finger and put that harmonica in there. Let's say I want to play a D harmonica as well. I'm going to lift up the last usable finger and I'm going to put it there. It's very awkward. It's only for acoustic playing really. So. Haha, lost which one was. Playing an E on all those harmonicas. It's only really for acoustic. And it'd be if you had a song that's changing key or really struggling, you could perhaps do that. It's more of a gimmick really, but I did used to do it when I was playing acoustic. There's another way where you can swap between harmonicas. Even when you're playing amplified, you can swap them round. Dennis Grunling, one of the best players in the US, does that. I've seen him. I haven't quite mastered that. So there's no rules. Experiment. Keep relaxed. Don't worry about how you're doing it. You'll home in your grip. Just remember to get a lot of harmonica in your mouth. If you're holding in your left hand and you're having trouble trilling, you can always grab it with the right hand. If you can't get that going with the left hand, if you want to cup, hold it with the right hand, and you want to cup the low end, you can slide that right hand along a bit somehow. You can vary it. In the end, at the end of the day, you're holding this bit of metal and plastic, or metal and wood. It's a bit of metal in your mouth, and you've got to hold it up. It can be uncomfortable and a bit unnatural, but eventually, like everything else, it becomes very natural if you just keep doing it. Okay, well, I hope that's given you a few ideas of how to hold it. I've rushed through there. Wanted to keep it under 20 minutes. Hope I've told you some stuff you perhaps didn't know or weren't aware of. Only Blues Harmonica, Mike Fairbairn. Bye.